The road twisted through the mountains like a scar through snow-covered skin. Pines lined the horizon, their branches drooping with the weight of fresh snowfall. In the distance, the grey sky pressed heavy on the shoulders of the world. A lone truck moved along the icy pass, tires crunching over frost and slush. Behind the wheel, Thomas Becket sat in silence. His hands were steady, but his eyes carried a storm. The radio crackled to life. Today marks the 5th anniversary of the Cedar Falls avalanche. 12 hikers were lost, including SARK-9 Shadow, beloved partner of Rescue Officer Thomas Becket, who... He reached forward and shut it off. Silence returned, but the memory stayed. Shadow, his partner, his best friend, gone. That was the day Thomas left it all behind. Search and rescue, the team, the city, all of it. He traded the world for a remote cabin hidden in the folds of a quiet mountain range. The days blurred. Long silences, whiskey, a fireplace barely burning. No visitors, no calls. Just the sound of wind and the echo of footsteps in an empty cabin. Then came the storm. One night, the wind screamed through the trees like it had a voice of its own. Snow hurled itself against the windows. The power flickered, then died. Thomas didn't move from his chair. He simply sipped from a glass that no longer tasted like anything. Then, a sound. Software. Weak. A whimper. He stood, walked to the door and opened it. 3 dogs stood huddled on the porch. Muddy, soaked, shivering. He should have turned them away. He didn't. The smallest, a husky pup with one blue eye and one brown, stepped forward first. She looked up at him, cautious but calm, and something about her expression punched a hole right through his chest. He let them in. For the first time in years, he wasn't alone. They didn't speak, of course, but they didn't need to. The husky became Luna, the large black lab with the slow, protective stare, Tank, and the wiry mutt who flinched at every noise, Milo. The days changed. He fed them, bathed them, sat beside them as they trembled in their sleep. He began training them slowly, with patience learned through heartbreak. He wasn't trying to build a team, he was trying to survive. And without knowing it, they were saving him. One morning, Luna nudged his coat and led him outside. The sky was clear, the snow fresh. She took off running, and he followed. Tank and Milo close behind. They ran together. And Thomas Becket, for the first time in years, smiled. But the mountains never stay quiet for long. A knock at the cabin door, the local sheriff, a landslide near Cedar Hills. 3 children unaccounted for. No one else could get through. No one knew these woods like Thomas. He didn't hesitate. The gear was old, but still good. The dogs moved with purpose. They entered the storm. Snow came down in waves. Visibility was low. The air bit through their clothes and fur, but they pressed on. Thomas scanned for tracks while the dogs listened, sniffed, searched. Tank found the first sign, a backpack half buried in the snow. Then Milo darted ahead, barking near a tree snapped in half. Thomas dug. Beneath the branches, a little girl and her brother, cold but alive. Then came silence. Then came a rumble, a bus. Over the cliff, half buried in snow, nose down into the gorge. 3 more kids, and not enough time. Thomas peered into the shattered back window. He couldn't fit, but Luna could. He secured the harness and whispered in her ear. "Just like we practiced." She leapt in. 1 child passed through the window, then another, but the 3rd trapped under the seat. Luna barked, loud and defiant. The bus shifted, creaked. Thomas yelled her name, but she didn't leave, and then she emerged, limping, carrying the boy. The moment her paws touched snow, the bus gave way and slid, but they were safe, all of them. Back at the base, chaos unfolded. Reporters, flashing lights, news anchors praising the heroic dogs. But Thomas didn't care for attention. He knelt beside Luna, bandaging her paw, whispering thanks. Later that week, he stood beneath a new banner. K9 Rescue Training Center, in honor of Shadow. Stray dogs came from all over, some broken, some wild, some forgotten. He trained them, loved them, gave them purpose, and in return, they reminded him that healing is possible. Not all heroes wear badges, some wear fur. If this story moved you, if it reminded you of the power of second chances, then share it. Because someone else out there might just need to hear it too, and the next Shadow or Luna or Milo or Tank might be waiting right outside someone's door.